Okay, we are in our next class on chapter 26, chapter Chavav, and we are focusing on changing our perspectives. And as we've been talking about, we're dealing with what happens when not good things are happening in one's life. When not good things are happening in one's life, it's very hard to tell the person, listen, just be happy, and that's it. Yet, the Alter Rebbe is saying that none of the things that we spoke about earlier in the Tanya are really going to work unless a person is filled with this happiness. So how is a person supposed to do it? And what the Alter Rebbe has taught us is that we have to change our perspective. So we began this conversation already 2 days ago, and we continued it yesterday with regards to where exactly are the energies coming from when these not good things are happening. And we said that really there are two different sources for the things that happen in this world. One is the, so to speak, lower levels of the upper worlds, which is the Vav and the Hey of Hashem's name, of the Yud Ke Vav Ke name, right? And that would be the world of Asiya and the world of Yitzira. And that level, right, from that level, things come into the world in a very clearly positive manner. However, when we're talking about the energy that's coming into the world from the level of the Yud and the Hey, which is levels of Atzilus and Bria, which are the two higher worlds, then we have to say that since the level of Hashem is so high over there, the world is not capable of holding on to it. And therefore it manifests in what appears in our eyes to be a negative way. However, what the Alter Rebbe is trying to teach us here is that if we could just go deeper in our understanding of what's really happening, we would recognize that it is in fact good. That's the point. Okay, let's read inside. Start again from Gam Zula Tova. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines down from the beginning of the paragraph V'hine. So we're starting from the words Ha'niglis v'niras Ki Gam Zula Tova. Because this is for the good. It's just that it does not appear to my or to a person's physical eyes. Because really what's happening is that this is coming from the hidden world. Alma diskasia. Alma means world. Iskasia means concealed or hidden. Shalamaila alma disgalia, which is above the revealed world. Shehu vavke. The revealed world, when we split up Hashem's name, the Yud Ke Vav Ke name, the revealed world would be Vav Ke, right? Mishem Havaya. And the hidden world would be the Yud and the Ke, right? Baruch Ba'alma Diskasha Hu Yud Ke. We did all this yesterday. V'zeh shekasav Ashrei HaGever Asher Tiyisrenu Ka. And Ka is spelled Yud Ke. That this is happy is the person who is afflicted with Ka, with the Yud Ke, B'goymer. That's the idea that whatever is happening, right, in his life is actually coming from Hashem. And what level of Hashem is it coming from? Specifically from the higher level of the Yud K level of Hashem. And therefore, Amar Azal ki asmeichim b'yisurim aleihem hakasav omer. That's why it says someone who can be happy when Yisurim, when difficulties are going on in his life. On this, the pasuk says, "V'ayavav." He is like the loved ones, right? Kitzeis Hashemish v'gvuroso, when the sun will come out in its full power. Now, what is this referring to? What's happening here is like this. There is a pasuk that says, right, that Yud Ke Vav Ke, and then it says Elokim, right? And then it says a sun, and it says Magen. Magen means like a sheath or an armor that's above, that's surrounding something. And it's known that just like we have, in terms of the creation of this world, we have Hashem's infinite name, which is Yud Ke Vav Ke, and also his, so to speak, limited name, which is Elokim. And what we say is that the Shem Elokim covers over the Shem Havaya. In the same way that we say that there is like a shield around the sun, which is, so to speak, dimming the light of the sun, right, in order that the sun shouldn't, destroy and blow up the entire universe, right? So we do know, however, that this magen, this shield, is there, so to speak, right now, but in the future, when Mashiach comes, then, so to speak, the shield is going to be taken off of the sun. Meaning what? Meaning that we are going to see things not from the perspective of, like in the discussion, Hashem Elokim, i.e., nature, that everything looks to me when I look outside. I see this is nature. Everything looks separate. Everything looks different. Everything looks like it's not interconnected. However, when Mashiach comes, we are going to see that the so to speak, the armor, the magen, the sheath that is covering over what is apparently the unity of the world is going to be removed, and we're going to see everything for what it really is. So the same thing here, that the sun will come out from its limited perspective. So really, essentially, what a person is doing is when he is looking at these negative experiences that are happening in, God forbid, his life, right? What he has to do is he has to be able to see that where are they really coming from? What is really the determining factor? It's really Hashem. It's all coming from Hashem, and it's all good, right? And so therefore he's able to penetrate beyond the limited point of view of his physical perspective, and he's able to see that it's really coming from where? From the Yud Kei. And that's what he says. It says, Ki hasimcha hi me'avaso kirvas Hashem yoser mekol chaya olam hazeh. And then he says, because he realizes, he makes an equation in his mind. What's the equation? The equation is like this. What's the most important thing in his life? So if the most important thing in a person's life is the physical world, so then that's why he would be very, very upset if negative things are happening. But if he could get to the point that he realizes that what's the most important thing in his life is to be close to Hashem. That's the most important thing. If a person can get to that point and really internalize it, then he will be able to realize that anything that's happening that is seemingly not good is really only Hashem being close to that person. And therefore, he recognizes it for what it is. He recognizes it for the closeness he is currently having with Hashem. Again, as I told you yesterday and the day before, this is a very high level. This is not something that most ordinary people are able to easily accomplish. However, having said that, just knowing this information and contemplating and thinking about it should be able to help me to change my perspective. And that's why he says here, right? He says, Kirvas, because why? Kirvas Hashem. The closeness to Hashem is greater, Yoser Mikol Chaya Olam Hazeh, from all of his life in this world. Like the pasuk said, is your kindness is greater than life itself. And that's the way a person looks at it. But Kirvas Hashem, he beyeser she'eis v'mayla le'ein kates be'alma diskasia. And we have to say that when we are comparing the two sources of Hashem's influence into the world, whether we're talking about from the revealed world, which is the Vavke, in contrast to the Yudke, which is the concealed world, if we were to say, which is the greater expression of Hashem himself, we would have to answer that the Yudke, or the concealed world, that is the greatest expression of Hashem. And therefore, a person recognizes that what am I close to right now? The Yud-Kei. And that's what makes him happy. And that's what we're talking about. Kisham Hevion Oizo, like it says, over there, his power is hidden. Right? V'yoshe b'seiser elyon, or like the pasuk says, that he's sitting, right, in his hidden, in a hiding in this supernal place. And therefore, this is that the person that is like this will have merit to be able to be around when the sun will come out from its limitations in the world to come. Right? That's the idea. This is the idea of the sun going out from its sheath, which is concealing it right now in this world. In the future, it's going to become revealed from its covering. because then it becomes revealed, the world, the hidden world, by Yizrak v'Yair begili Rav Atzum, and then it will shine in this incredibly tremendous way. L'kol hachosim bo, to anyone that is going to take, so to speak, refuge in Hashem. Ba'olam hazeh u'mistoifefim b'tzelo, and they are, like we said, like taking refuge in his shade. And this is the idea of this concealment that is taking place right now. And that is the expression of Yisurim in this world. So now what we've dealt with, we have a colon here. What we've dealt with is a change of perspective. Right? This is the change of perspective when things are not going right begashmis, in the physical world. And included in that, like we said, is the three areas that we need brachas: children, health, and parnasa, wealth. Right? It's not random things that we could do without. These are the things that we want, that we need. And nevertheless, we say, this is a different perspective. Good? Clear? Now we're going to switch gears. Yeah?
What does it mean that, like, those who take refuge in, like, Hashem will, like, get, like, that revelation in the world to come?
Because the idea is that really, that someone who is going beyond the shadow, going beyond, like right now it looks like it's negative, but he's penetrating into that to recognize that that's not what it really is. What it really is it's Yud K. He has to, so to speak, convince himself and to be able to start seeing the world from this perspective. And that is basically what's going to be, in other words, in the future. It's a similar thing, right? In the future, we're going to be able to see that everything is Hashem. Everything from start to finish, right? Everywhere, right? We don't see that now. We see a world that's a world of concealment, of hiding, we can't even see Hashem. You can walk down the street and, where's it? I don't know where Hashem is. I don't know. He's here somewhere. I don't know where, right? In other words, the nature of the world right now is it's all shadows. Right? However, when we are able to penetrate those shadows, we're able to go beyond and to see what's really inside. That is similar to what's going to be in the future. That at that point in time, then it's going to be totally revealed, like the curtain, so to speak. It's going to just be pulled away. Yeah.
So all the time we say things like God forbid this, Chas v'sholem that. If this suffering, if this Yisura is connected to the highest levels of Hashem, there's the highest form of connection, then why don't we actually ask for these things?
Excellent question. Right? If it's such a great thing, why don't we ask for all these difficulties? Right? So the answer to that is that we want to live our lives in a way that we are getting revealed in our own two eyes. That's the normal way to live life. That's what we're looking for. That's what we want. We want to use these brachas to serve Hashem, right? We have children, we have health, we have money, we can give tzedakah, right? All of these things are vessels with which to serve Hashem. That's why we want these things, right? If Hashem holds us back from these things, for whatever reason, so then we have to appreciate it for what it is. But really, what do we want? We want to be able to have these what we call in Hebrew, kelim, these vessels, in order to serve Hashem with them, right? That's what we want. In other words, we're not doing it because we want our own grandizement. I need another $1 million so I could buy yet another Ferrari and another Lamborghini and another this and another. And that's not why I have the money, right? I want the money in order to serve Hashem. I want my health in order that I could wake up in the morning, say Modeh Ani, and have a full day that I'm sitting and learning, sitting and doing mitzvahs, helping other people. I want children in order that I should, fill the world with more and more goodness, hopefully, and hopefully try to teach the children that they should be able to, go in the pathways of Hashem so that they should also make a positive influence in the world. So everything is in a context here. So if, God forbid, right, one of those kelim are not the way that's supposed to be, so, it's not something I want to have happen, but it's something that Hashem decided that's what needed to be right now. So that's up to Hashem. I need to go after what apparently seems to be the way to play this game in this world, which is with those brachas. Yeah? Okay, let's do a little bit further. Should we start the next section? No, actually, let's stop here for today. We'll stop here. We'll start the whole new section in Mitzvah Hashem tomorrow, which is what happens when the sadness is not coming from a lack of the physical brachas in our lives, but because of my own spiritual flaws and things that are not going right for me spiritually, which seemingly should be a good reason to be depressed and upset. But in fact, the Alter Rebbe is going to show us that that is really also very inappropriate. Okay, that's it for today.